Hello, possums, and welcome, intrepid viewers from wherever you are. So, I'm coming to you from Thursday, and it's only a couple of weeks now till you guys go off daylight saving, which means we'll be even further apart. But don't worry, that's what social media is for. Awesome. Now, guys, everyone has given their 10 cents worth on the Madison Square Garden rally. It was breathtakingly horrendous. I think the only twist in the tale that I've got to bring, in case you missed it, it was Joe Rogan's idea to have that comedian on. He apparently said to the Yeti, "Get him on. It'll be insane." That's Joe Rogan's idea of hilarious. Right? I'm sure they rock in the aisles with hysteria if an 82-year-old man gets hit in the head with a hammer. Where are the brains, let alone the souls of these people? So we can only hope it turns off the entire Hispanic community over and above Puerto Rico, who has significant representation in the US Armed Forces. You know, vulgar, vile, all the V words, vicious, vacuous. The V words are good, aren't they? Okay, but we're going to charge along here because let's not revisit 1939, preferably. No. Okay. So I've been asked a few things. One is about Clare Mitchell. She was a Dem back in the day, and then she went to the dark side, and she was one of the smarter lawyers that the Yeti had on board who were able to pioneer these horrendous legal sort of twists and turns. It's awful when someone with a brain goes bad. It's so much more destructive. Anyway, she was on the famous just find me 11,700 votes call and so on. And so the question from the viewer is about Oklahoma and who is she? Clare Mitchell. Will she be a player in the next attempted theft? Clare Mitchell. And we know all these things have started happening, like ballots falling off the backs of trucks, like mysterious incinerations. Just expect it. Don't freak out. Just hope the numbers are small. There's going to be more of it. So let's see, is Clare Mitchell going to be part of this scenario? Just a quick read on her, because most people wouldn't know, including me, who she is. But let's have a look. Clare Mitchell, is she applying her legal brain to this next thing? Well, oh, it's a little bit more interesting than I thought. Not a lot, because who would have any patience or respect for any of these people? She's a bit umming and ahhing. She might have had a come to Jesus moment in the sense she knows she's powerful within that establishment. Now she's feeling bad. She's actually, for whatever reason, 4 years ago, she was in one mindset. Now, this is how she's feeling, and I'm sorry, I couldn't be happier. She's feeling trapped. She might make a grown-up decision to move away. It wouldn't be a minute too soon because otherwise you're going to be hauled over the legal coals eventually, lovely. You know. So I think she's at least having a rethink. Not good enough. I mean, how can people be waffling at this stage? The entire experiment of the United States is on the line, and there's people going, oh, I don't know. Spare me. In the good news column, Candace Owens, who has a huge following, 18 million people follow this malicious creature. Anyway, she was booked for a speaking tour in Australia to spread hate and foulness, and her visa was revoked, saying no, she incites violence, incites, no, the word was discord. She incites discord. Oh, so that little neo-Nazi's been put back in a place. Pleased to see that. Okay, moving on. Oh yes, Judge Chutkan's case, the January 6th case with Jack Smith, has been delayed again. You'll love this if you missed it. Because Trump's lawyers, not Jack Smith, Trump's lawyers were adversely impacted by Hurricane or Storm Milton. So they need another month. Really? Did you have the files in the boot of your car that went underwater? I mean, really? But look, we're not even going to go there because all of that case, the biggest case in modern history, rests on the outcome of the election. So let's not get too stressed by that. I think what a lot of people want to know, when's the other one coming up? His sentencing, when's he been sentenced? Ah, yes. Will the sentencing go ahead in New York on November 26th, which seemed like a million miles away at the time? Will it go ahead? Will that sentencing New York go ahead? Will that go ahead? Happening here. New York, please, New York. Will that sentencing go ahead? Let's have a look. Well, who's not happy? Let's hope it's you know who. But here we have, I think the judge here knows the case is strong, but has some concerns, I would think, about the women in his family, but also Letitia James. This is often my Letitia James card. And I think I'm going to stick my neck out. We may or may not find out specifically. I think he's been threatened by not only, they did all that nasty stuff with his daughter, all of that, and he's been threatened himself, but I think he's worried about Letitia James. He's worried about the reach of the King of Pentacles, the guy with the big bucks, or who used to have big bucks. That would be the Yeti. Four of Cups, this person isn't taking up the opportunity. Is that the judge not taking it up or Trump being very unhappy because it's going ahead? We need more cards on this Four of Cups. What's going to happen with that November 26th sentencing? Will it go ahead? Okay. I think there'll be some further delays. He's the judge keeping cards close to his chest. We have here this is a bit of a worry with the false knight here. This could be yet another stalling tactic by the Yeti fan club, but resolution in the outcome. So I would say this. If it doesn't go ahead on the 26th of November, it'll be scheduled for not long later and it will go ahead. This isn't a final agreement being made. So either it will or we're nearly there in that. And obviously, the climate is going to be massively different on the other side of this election. No prizes there. But even if they're endlessly challenging, which they will do, and all that mucky stuff, let's hope it'll be so apparent that there'll be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So I'm just going to have a quick look here. Ukraine, Russia. It's so strange now, depending what media stripe you follow. Ukraine's making inroads into Russia, or Russia's just on the brink of conquering Ukraine and all this stuff, and it's obviously in a stalemate. It is not a winnable war. Okay. And wars end up having to be resolved around the table anyway, so that time. However, the muskrat, Elon Musk, it's forbidden in international law to, well, under the United States to, oh, did you see that during the week? He was an overstayer. He was actually in the States illegally, went in on a student visa, didn't go to college and hung around, but that's another story. Now, he can't sell directly to Russia, but Ukraine are complaining he's doing it through third parties. So, in other words, is Elon, or Leon, as the Yeti calls him, I love that because he can never get his name right, is he selling services, satellite services to Russia? Is he selling satellite services to Russia? Well, yes, he sure is. So I think this is Russia actually quite desperate for the said satellite services. They've struck a deal. This has been happening for a while and will continue to happen. We've got the magician card, which is often my Jack Smith card, but in this case, the muskrat. The thing with the magician, by definition, this can be good juju or bad juju. So when it's bad juju, because it's dealing with Musk, it's very bad and very powerful, hugely powerful. However, there is some sort of legal case going ahead about the $1 million lotteries. I think he's already given away 4 million, which is chicken feed to him. But the cases take too long. The legal system is just inadequate to the modern era. I mean, we don't want rushed justice in the sense of vigilantism or anything. But when things are very serious and they impact the entire nation, there needs to be a fast lane. There needs to be an overtaking lane. Well, let's hope the next Governor General, oh, sorry, we have a Governor General, you have an Attorney General. The point is, they're meaningless to most people until they matter massively. Right. And we've established clearly over the last 4 years that Merrick Garland, I'm not rubbing his nose in it, he was appointed and he did a very good job with Timothy McVeigh's case, domestic terrorism, but that was 30 years ago, possibly more. Not the man of the hour, but we'll see who Kamala chooses for that role. She's got good people on side. Okay, so now November, let's have a look. I'm not going to do the week by week because everything's so compressed and no one can think past the 5th. So I'm just going to do the vibe for November going forward. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look. Now, I hope you guys all follow Randy Rainbow. He's been making some great songs. And also, those of you, I clipped up a UK family, it'll be a month ago now. their song, Give Me Hope, Carmela, which was so fantastic. And they've now brought out their version of Bohemian Trump, which is very clever. I'll pin it to the comments. Okay, stay calm. What's happening in November? I'll just go across, I think. And you can... All right, November will be epic. Here we have, look, the Queen of Pentacles here. Um, this is Kamala in the sense of mother to the nation. At the moment, she's managing to sound fresh, hopeful, serious in the right places, but she's really doing a great job, excuse me, to bring down the temperature and to give people confidence. Stinky fish, the endless misinformation that will go forward. We've got to expect that. I think with the Lover's card here, she is going to successfully make a deal in the sense of a pact for the people, right? I think that's really positive. But they're not going to lie down. This is MAGA and GOP working out how they can loot and sabotage and defraud and threaten everything they can throw at it. But at the end of the day, they've got to come to their own crossroads and long term, starting with the short term, saying, are we going to move away from MAGA and reinvent the old Republican Party, or is it the MAGA Party going forward now, even though he will have lost 2 elections, et cetera, et cetera? They have a lot of soul searching to do. I think this is quite positive for Kamala. But with these cards, stinky fish, etc., it's not going, the madness is not going to stop. So you have to change how you react to the madness. Okay. And you can do that. In the meantime, countdown goes on. Love it. I just recommend champagne, Valium, whatever you need to get through, whatever your vice is, whatever your joy is, stock up on it. So, guys, take care, and I'll be on very soon with Celtic Sheila and also Deanne Shield Maiden's channel with Linda G. And so lots are coming up. So you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.